Another guy in the transfer portal that would potentially help. How about Travis Hunter?
Come, Coach. You won't be having that next year. The boys better get right.
Okay, I'm coming, Coach. What's the likelihood that Travis Hunter, too, leaves Jackson State, goes along with Deion Sanders to
I
Colorado?
think the likelihood of that is 100%. He's Deion's guy, and Deion is his guy. And the way that he coaches him, the way that Coach Prime brings the best out of him, there's a special relationship between Coach Prime and Travis Hunter. Obviously, because he went with Jackson State when he could have went anywhere in the country. Travis Hunter is box office. I just saw him up close and personal. He is going to be an instant impact guy in the Pac-12. And those guys in that conference, they better be aware of Travis Hunter because he is everything that he's cracked up to be.
100%. That feels pretty definitive. And what's kind of crazy, too, is that when he enters the transfer portal, our portal experts are already anticipating rating him at a 99. Is that just a waste of time giving a rating to him if he's just automatically going to Colorado? It's that definitive, 100%?
Yeah, 100%. I don't see a scenario in which he doesn't play for Deion Sanders.
Why?
You know, the relationship that they have, the way that he coaches him, and Coach Prime is really tough on Travis Hunter as a player. He's tough on all his kids. What those Colorado kids can expect, they can expect a culture change because of the expectations and the toughness that he's going to demand them to play with and the accountability that he's going to place on them. He is very, very tough on his kids, but that's something that we need that we don't have much anymore in the game of football.
What's the benefit on behalf of Travis Hunter to maybe look elsewhere?
Development, going up against the best every day in practice, getting the best nutrition, getting the best strength program at Jackson State. I mean, if you watch those videos, the documentaries with Coach Sanders and Coach Prime and all that stuff, I mean, you can see the difference between a top flight SEC program and Jackson State. Now, I'll say this because a lot of people are pushing back on Deion leaving the HBCU, leaving the SWAC and going out to the Pac-12. Deion did transform a lot of it, and he, I think, provided the model for schools. I mean, he had analysts that were brought in. I mean, never before had HBCUs had coaching analysts like the SEC schools do and the ACC schools do. So he built out his support staff, and then he brought in a strength coach that had worked at Georgia and was an assistant strength coach and really got a new program there. So he turned that around, but I think that would be the big difference. Travis Hunter would be getting the best facilities, the best coaching, and all that stuff if he were to go to an Alabama or a Georgia. And then again, he'd be going up against the best in practice every day.
Around this time last year, Travis Hunter just broke the recruiting world by announcing, no, he's not going to Florida State. He's going to Jackson State. You followed his recruitment so closely. What can you tell us about what's next for him?
Oh, I think he's going to know more than anyone else. I was at Jackson State's season opener. They played in Miami Gardens against Florida A&M in the Orange Bowl Classic, and Trey Scott, our editor, he sent me down there, and I was there to write about Travis Hunter. Ended up writing about Coach Prime and Deion Sanders and how he was ready to take the next step and probably go to the Power 5 level. But just seeing him interact with Travis Hunter, you can tell those guys have a special bond. I would not be surprised if Travis Hunter were to follow Deion to Boulder and suit up for the Buffs. I mean, he's already kind of teased it there on social media. I think it was Twitch or something like that. I will say this, though. I mean, Travis Hunter, generational type talent, a kid that can get it done, graded out at the HBCU level as a top 10 player. And you know, as a freshman, was missing some time due to injury. What happens if Georgia or Alabama were to come calling? You know, Keely Ringo, the Bulldogs perimeter corner, you know, he's going to go off to the NFL. Travis Hunter, he visited Georgia and Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs a few times in the past. So I think you just got to kind of play through that. And then last year we saw Alabama in the transfer portal. They took some of the biggest names that were available on the market. So we'll see. I expect him at Colorado, but I think if there are two schools to keep an eye on, it would certainly be Georgia, number one, and then Alabama.